The library that we are going to discuss now is Long Shadows. It's by Harjot Oberoi. The library can help you to have shadows such as these. You can see that you can put images here, and then the images will have respective shadows which will be extended like this. And you can also have colored shadows like in this case. Now let's go and explore this library further. It's of course available on GitHub. The account of the developer, that's Harjot Oberoi. Let me first introduce you to the developer. That's very important because in case you are interested in other libraries, you can visit their profile and see what else are they doing. This is Mr. Harjot Oberoi from Chandigarh, India. He's got all these libraries, and today we are going to discuss Long Shadows. So let's go back to the library. As you already know, the GitHub provides you the facility to download all the libraries, and you can download these libraries from this link here. Now let's talk about what this library can do. The features are these. Any type of view, Long Shadows can render shadows for any type of view, even custom views. So any type of view that you can have shadows for that. Heavy calculation in native. Most of the calculation that is being done is in native, so the reduced overhead to Java is ensured. The precise control over shadow of every view. You can actually have precise control, and that we will see later, that you are given the power to change the way the shadows should look. So there's a lot of customization possible. To start with, you need to introduce a dependency in your Gradle, and that's this. After that, there's a basic example. This is a basic example wherein you really don't need to do any coding per se. What you just need to do is you need to have a view here, which you will be able to incorporate in your layouts if you are including this dependency. Once you include the dependency, you can use this this view, which is longshadows.longshadows image view, and this is how the image that you have introduced will look with the shadow intact, right? And this is the source of the image which you have to provide. Now there is Long Shadows text view. You can also have a text view. So for example, this was an image view which was there. Now this is a text view. What it allows you to do is it allows you to just type a text, and then text color is white, and that's why you can see hello is white and white here, and then you can give the shadow. You can see the shadow which comes with this hello, right? Shadow angle, like we talked about earlier, there are a lot of customizations that are possible. So one of the customizations is that you can have shadows at an angle. So here is a brief description which Harjot has given. If you have a 0 degree, then it's going to be like this. 55 degree, so basically this is the 0 degree, and then you move on like this, and you can have any angle of shadows for different for different views that you are putting in your layout. Then you can also have the shadow length. So for example, in this example, you can see there are different lengths that are possible. So it's quite impressive the way this library allows you to have customization at such a granular level. Shadow blur, another important thing, or rather very interesting thing, because in these days most of the apps that are being designed are heavily dependent upon the UI and UX. So such features or such libraries are quite fancy and quite important to use. So as you can see, this allows you to have several types of shadows. You can give a blur effect to your shadows as well. Shadow color, like we saw earlier in YOLO, the word which was mentioned here at the beginning, right? So here that this is how you do it. You can have different colors for this library, and accordingly you can use this feature. Then single view, multiple shadows. You can have multiple shadows like this. So you have one view and then 3 shadows are there. These are a lot of shadows that you can have around, and I think now the way this entire library has been structured, and I'm sure there must have been a lot of research that must have gone behind this library development, because as you can see, the creator of the library has actually taken all the aspects into consideration, the aspects that a UI and UX developer really requires to meet, right? So, and I really liked what the kind of detailing that has been done here. So this feature, what it does is it allows you to have a scenario wherein let's say you have a non-transparent, let's say you want to have a non-transparent background but only create shadow for what is inside the image and not the background, like in this case, right? So you want to have a shadow only for this part of this G, and you don't want the shadows to be made for this white background, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to put background transparent as false, indicate that there is a background color which needs to be ignored and indicated with the hex code of the color, and then you can go about it, right? So I really liked, you know, the granularity with which this library has been designed, because I know the UI UX team generally finds it very difficult to translate what they really want, to come out for the viewer to see, the user to see, when it comes to coding, right? So that is what they have done. So as you can see, this is the feature that I was talking about. Now if you put background transparent flag as false and background color as the hex code of white color, then you can have such a shadow, and this is a typical normal case, right? Another thing is, now here is what the coding part comes in, as in the Java part. You can actually create, have dynamically updating of shadows done through the basic functions, or sorry, methods that have been introduced here. Custom views and view groups. You can have custom views. You can simply extend the long shadows view, which is a class that they have created, and use the canvas class to then draw canvases. So a lot of work is done already done here. You just need to use this library. And another thing which I really liked was the documentation part. Very comprehensive documentation is there, at least to an extent that a developer who wants to use this library would be very happy to use the library. There is this, all the attributes are mentioned, examples are given. There are some limitations as well. The library uses native code to make calculations faster. This will result in larger APK size if universal APK is built. So to reduce APK size, you may need to build separate APKs for different architecture using ABI filters. And then like any good and responsible developer, I really like the credits that they have given, and this is what I love the most. Stack Overflow, nobody knows everything. I must congratulate the developer. A beautiful library designed, and I'm sure in future we'll be looking out for other libraries as well. We'll cover other libraries. In case you have any other library that you would like us to cover, please let us know. Subscribe to the channel and help us grow and reach out to more people. Thank you so much.